Hello friends, welcome to Knowledge Share. This is part 3 PnP Accessible Accordion Control demo. Today we are going to see how we can use Accessible Accordion Control from PnP Reusable Controls provided by the community. So we can see how to use this control, and I'll be giving more information about what are all the properties available for this control and how you can configure it. So you know that accordion is very less complicated control. It's very simple control, and you can find many different types of accordion available open source. Why we need to use this PnP accordion control is basically which is tightly integrated with Fluent UI, and it supports theme and other properties with relevant to SharePoint, and it is very easy to use in SharePoint framework. So let us dive in. This is the pnp.github.io site where you can find all the information about PnP.js SDK, reusable controls, property controls, and this URL is specific to the SPFx dev controls, where you can see a lot of controls available here. And today we are going to see about how we can use accessible accordion. As I mentioned, this is based on React Accessible Accordion control, which was customized to be more fluent. Okay, so here you can find all the instructions on how to use this control, and I will also show a demo and explain the code how I have used in the SharePoint framework web part, and that web part is available to you guys for reference. I'll also provide a GitHub link. So whatever the links I'm showing it here, I'll be providing it in the video description so that you will get easy access to that link. I have also created a blog post on this accordion control, so you can go through these blog post information and then try on your own with the sample code provided here. So let us see the properties available here. So it has a lot of properties like allow multiple expanded, which allows the control to expand more than one item. Allow zero expanded is to make sure that you can collapse all the item. And pre-expanded, so whenever you design accordion control, you can specify an ID, and then if you want that particular item to be expanded when the page loads, you can give this ID here, and the class name is based for you to style or customize it. On change, in case if you want to trigger any event or do any other functionality when it is changed, when it is expanded or collapsed, you can add a callback method on this event. And theme is ideally to pass the inherited theme, which is already provided by SharePoint framework. So once you pass the theme via properties, so it will inherit the SharePoint theme, and it has different sub-level components like accordion item, item heading, item button, panel, and state. Okay, so let us see this accordion control in action first, then we will dive into the code. And this is the link where you can see some of the examples provided for all the, not all, for some of the reusable controls. So still there are a lot to come in, so you can maybe you can fork this repo, or you can download the code and then you can reuse it. So this is the sample page, and this is the sample accordion control, which is displaying the items from this announcement list. So it has two columns, title and description. So for the demo purpose, I just kept it as very simple. So I have just made this description as a plain text, not a rich text, but you are not limited to plain text. So it's based on how you design the control. So while walking through you the code, I will explain you how you can customize it. So here I have used it very simple for the demo purpose. So when the page loads, so you can see I'm dynamically loading the items from the announcement list. So here this will be the title and this will be the description. So when I expand the other items, automatically the previous items will be collapsed, and this can be changed using the properties which we saw earlier. So this is very simple. And when we change the theme, since I have passed the theme attribute, so when I changed the theme, automatically I have just added a style to change the color based on the theme. So whenever I change the theme, automatically the color will get updated based on the theme. Okay, so this is very simple demo. Let us see the code. So if you see here, I have created a web part named Accessible Accordion demo, and I have added PnP SP package for retrieving the items from SharePoint list. So for that to happen, I have just created two new variables. One is for SPFi, which is a SPFi factory object. Another one is theme variant, where I will be passing this variant so that based on the theme, my accordion will change its colors. So on the onInit method, which is already provided by out of the box, I have just customized to get the SPFx context for the PnP SP object. So I have just got the SPFx, use the context SPFx context, and then I have created an SP object, and I have passed the SP object and the theme to the main component. So nothing else is done. So this theme variant, right, where we are assigning is on the theme changed. So this is the line I have included it. So whenever the theme gets changed, the current theme is assigned to this theme variant. So other than that, there is nothing changed in this webpart.ts file. If you see the properties, I have defined two new properties apart from the out-of-the-box properties mentioned here. One is SP, which is SPFi factory object, and second is the theme, which is iPartial theme or iTheme. This is the actual web part where I have just added accordion item heading, accordion item button, and accordion item panel from the accessible accordion, and I have also used selective imports from SP. I don't want to import all the modules, so whichever the module required for our code, only those modules are imported, which will reduce the size of our package based on the selective imports. So here I have just used webs, list and items because I am just going to access only the items. So for that we need the web and the list. So there are two state variables declared. One is for showing the loading text until the items are loaded from SharePoint, and next is the item state where we will store the items retrieved from SharePoint. And this is a method which is called when the component renders get sample items, which is async method. So I am just awaiting the method. So I'm just calling the list get by title method to get the list and then selecting the title and description and then items off. So this is just a pretty much simple function to get the title and description of all the items from the announcement list. So once the items are retrieved, it is stored in this state, and then once it is stored in the state, I am just setting the loading state as false. So here I am just checking if it is on the loading state, show the loading text. If it is not, then check whether the items length is greater than 0 or not, whether there are any items returned from announcement list or not. If it is returned, then design the accordion. If it is not, then just show them that sorry, no items found. Here you can also use some other control to make it color coded on the error message. So now let us see how I have designed the accordion. So here this is the main accordion component where I have just passed in the theme attribute, and I have also added allow 0 expanded, which makes the accordion to collapse all the sections. If I didn't provide this attribute, at least one of the items should be expanded, which cannot be collapsed. And I have used the map function to iterate through each individual item, and then I have just designed the accordion item. So here for accordion item, I have used a different class name. This is a custom class CSS applied, and inside that heading, for heading I have applied a custom CSS, and inside the heading I have created an item button, and I have assigned the title of the announcement to that button. And outside the heading I have created an item panel, and here I have just created a para tag, and inside the para tag I have assigned the description. And this is where I told this is very simple example. So here you can replace this para tag with the HTML text or whichever component you would like to implement. So this is very simple. This accordion item will be created for every item. And if you see the custom CSS, these are all default CSS available, and this is the custom CSS for the accordion item. So for every accordion item I have just provided the space as 5 pixels so that it is not cluttered. And for the heading I have just defined the border 1 pixel solid, which is the theme. So I hope everyone are aware how to provide the theme variable instead of hard coding the colors. So theme : theme primary, which will get the color at the runtime based on the theme color selected in the SharePoint. And that is the reason when we are changing the theme in SharePoint, automatically the color, the border color of the heading, it's automatically get changed. If you see here, it will get changed automatically. So this is the CSS. So if on the whole it's very simple web part, but you can use this accordion web part in many cases for FAQ, mostly on FAQ. So it's a very good example for using the accordion control. So most of the FAQ are based on the accordion control. So I hope you have learned something new. Thank you for spending time to watch this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.